NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke.
Play him tight.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. The big men are Gibson and Noah. Heinrich and Rose the guards. And it's Dang in at the small forward position. Noah kicks to Heinrich. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Heinrich's got the first bucket of the game with the 3 for Chicago. Nelson with it. He kicks it to Howard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy. One of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners. A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Heinrich's gone 2 of 2 from three-point land tonight. Howard setting the pick for Nelson. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Poked away. Gibson passes to Dang. Goes back up. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg. And you look at Joakim Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want. But then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts and the energy of a mountain lion.
The Magic making a switch here. Petrus is checked in. Howard dishes to Nelson. Rose with the block. Heinrich kicks to Dang. Shot, no good. So Orlando will take it the other way. And going back to Joakim Noah, he really is a hybrid. He holds American, Swedish, and French citizenships. He's truly a man of the world, and he's worldly on the floor. He can guard and play a lot of different positions.
And Kevin, he looks like a man of the world. He has a unique style unto himself, but I'll take the versatility and the hustle he brings on my team any day. If he's healthy, he's a factor.
Lewis misses.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Inside, deflects the pass, and Heinrich gets it to go.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
A slow start here for Orlando in this one. 8-point game. And it's Rose. This time the assist by Noah.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
With Joakim Noah, I mean, you know exactly what he's going to give you every season. Rebounding, block shots, steals, a few points, relentless energy and enthusiasm, and even a few assists as well.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. And Joakim Noah. He's all about doing whatever it takes to help his club succeed. Always has been. Greg, he did the dirty work when he played inside in Florida. When they won back-to-back championships, he's done it in each and every NBA season in Chicago.
And you just hit on it. I mean, he bites, he scratches, he claws his way into the upper echelon in terms of elite centers in our league. And in 2014 was named All-NBA first team as well as Defensive Player of the Year. Let's just hope he's healthy this season to get back to that level.
Here is Williams following the score by Luol Deng. Picked by Williams. Nobody near Barnes. And the shot is long.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
And now Orlando on the break. Stolen by Rose. Heinrich outside. Cannot hit. Bergeron with the defensive effort.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Play him tight.
Now here's Rose. Down low. Excellent D from Howard.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean,
everybody.
Yeah, but that's how you finish strong. Young fella's wearing the rim out.
And again, no good by Chicago.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Barnes passes to Gortat. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. The Bulls leading by 6. Rose dishes to Gibson. Dang goes in. Second shot opportunity. And that one's good by Noah.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
And there's the feed to Gortat. And there's the strong dunk to finish it off.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
So it's Chicago now, following the bucket by Orlando. Outside Gibson. 6 on the shot clock. The baseline J. The offensive rebound. Dang gets a wide open look. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. Dang's got 5.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Feasting on those backboards. I love that physicality.
Howard kicks to Gortat. Back to Howard. Against the rim with a two-handed slam.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
Now here's Heinrich. He's got 8. Rose sets the screen for Heinrich. Rose with the ball. Williams picks him up. Three-pointer, Heinrich. Dwight Howard pulls it in. The Magic trail by 7. Williams kicks to Gortat. He dishes it to Barnes. Noah with the block. And they get it back. Gortat with a screen on Rose. Williams passes to Gortat. Stolen by Noah. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Rose has tapped the ball. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Bulls.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Here is Williams following the score by Derrick Rose. Barnes dishes to Gortat. 5 to shoot. And Howard with the stop.
So I tell you, he squeezed that on as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clay.
And better safe than sorry on that one, guys. And guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
So for the Magic, Rashard Lewis. He's checked in for Gortat. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Matt Barnes. And a change for the Bulls, John Salmons. He's checked in for Taj Gibson. Puts it up from 12, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Rose against Williams. Kicks to Redick. Rebound by the Bulls. Heinrich outside. Pass to Salmons. Launches it. Rashard Lewis pulls it in. The Magic trail by 7. And Redick kicks to Lewis. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark. And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Now here's Williams, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Stolen by Rose. Goes up, throws down the breakaway jam.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Now here's Redick. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Let's just go with the 3. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
And that has been a huge problem for them here early in this game.
Well, that's the big reason for the deficit, Greg. I mean, they've had trouble squeezing the orange.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Miller comes in for Joakim Noah. Tyrus Thomas subbed in for Derrick Rose. Salmons passes to Heinrich. Dishes it to Miller. To the middle. Dang kicks to Salmons. Shot clock at 6. Miller with a wide open look. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
Now here's Howard. 5 points in the game. Lewis dishes to Howard. Magic moving the ball around, and it's Petrus missing. The Bulls leading by 11. Heinrich outside. Salmons for the 3. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. Salmons got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Howard can't hit.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
Dang for 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And once again, last season, the Magic were near the bottom of the East. Only 15 wins for them against the rest of that conference.
Orlando making some changes. Gortat's checked in for Howard. Anderson comes in for Rashard Lewis. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Williams. And Chicago also making a switch. Hargo's checked in.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
And the Magic have been a bit of a doormat for the East the last few seasons, it seems, Clark.
Well, we'll put some numbers on that for your partner.
Yep.
They've finished in the bottom 3 each of the last 3 seasons. The plan is to collect talent, and they've done that, but it hasn't gelled or matured to the point of being consistent yet.
And the wide open shot from Redick. Another miss by Orlando. Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Fred Hoiberg. Find out, DB.
We've talked about some of the matchups he'll be watching in this game, and he told me, quote, I'll be with Marcin Gortat. The guy who can score in any number of ways, posting up, pulling up from outside, or rolling to the rim. And he's also a factor on the glass. Guys, Gortat might not be a household name, but he's an impact big man in this league, no question.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Here's Nelson. Following the score by Luol Deng. Nelson, the pass to Redick. D2 from Anderson. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Kept alive. Miller kicks to Thomas. Here's Salmons. It's deflected, and he gets it back. They set the pick. There's the dish to Thomas. Passes to Deng. A 3-ball. Orlando grabs the miss.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Here's Pargo. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Deng again missing.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And here's Anderson from the arc. But they recover it. The Bulls leading by 17. Here's Salmons. It's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. To the inside. Here's Pargo, guarded by Nelson. Here's Pargo. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. And before the game, Star Center Joakim Noah talked about the intensity of...
I feel like we're the hungriest team in the NBA. That's a great feeling to be able to...
You know, I think Joakim can certainly make a case with Clark for Chicago being that famished 5, especially with Rose back on the court.
There's no doubting that, Kevin. I mean, even the addition of Gasol with his 2 rings, the way he left things in L.A., that left him with an appetite that has him still hustling.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
Jameer Nelson is out there with Carter. Then it's Matt Barnes. Then there's Lewis. And it's Howard in at the 5. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. How's that for an answer? With the dunk.
Jameer Nelson dropping a delicious dime there.
The Bulls leading by 17. And you look at Jameer Nelson, played his first 10 years with Orlando. Then he got traded to the Celtics last season, then again to Denver. That had to be tough for a crafty veteran like him, a tough adjustment.
You know, you look at last year, one of his worst statistically, especially from a field goal percentage standpoint. I really agree with you. I think he was affected by all of the changes, scenery, and system. Let's look to see him have a bounce back this season.
Chicago's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight, 50% exactly. The drive by Noah. Gibson, good, and a nice assist from Noah. Noah's got 4 assists in the game.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Carter dishes to Nelson. Barnes against Selma. Barnes passes to Carter. Nelson outside, just 5 on the clock. And Gibson sends it back. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the Bulls making a change here. Heinrich's checked in. The Bulls leading by 19 points. Outside Rose. Here's Salmons. Sent back by Howard. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. Johnson, he's checked in for John Salmons. Rose with the ball. Rashard Lewis covering. Shot by Johnson, no good.
Well, I don't like to see anybody miss a layup. Well, that was painful to watch.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Near the three-point line, it's Lewis. Can't capitalize on the good pick. Bulls have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Johnson, wide open, he fired. Again, the miss by Johnson. The Magic trail by 19. Nelson kicks to Lewis. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Howard dishes to Nelson. 6 on the shot clock. Low block shot. Can't get it to go. And it's Chicago the other way. Outside Rose to the inside. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Rashard Lewis picks one up.
You know, guys, Taj Gibson now is 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession that have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Now, you know, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Rose passes to Noah. Gibson setting a pick for Heinrich. Back to Gibson. It's stolen by Carter. And now Nelson running the floor all by himself. Rose against Carter. Unloads from 13, and he hits the jump shot. That's now 8 points for Rose.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Nelson outside, and the layup's good off the glass. The Bulls leading by 18. Hinrich outside. Rose a screen on Carter. But they'll get another chance. Rose kicks to Hinrich. Johnson for 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Howard's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And watching Matt Barnes, he will do all the dirty work for you. He's an instigator, he's an agitator, and he's a team player, I think, at the core. And everywhere he's gone, you know, and he's played for a lot of teams, Greg, he's had that role.
It's a great point. I call him a glue guy. You know, he's not someone who's going to be a volume scorer or a smooth playmaker, but the game really is built on grit, diving for loose balls, taking charges, making hard fouls, you know, whatever it takes to help his team win. I like that line, antagonist. That's a very good way to describe him.
Chicago calls timeout.
Matt Barnes, I really felt last season was one of his best. He was the Tony Allen type defensive guy for Doc Rivers' team. Did all the little things, and he was efficient. Near his career high for three-point percentage and a career low in turnover.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. Derrick Rose was the focus of the discussion, and he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Hinrich from outside. Rebound by Williams.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Johnson goes in. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And I know if I was starting to thought Matt Barnes is the type of guy I would immediately look for. He's that tricky enforcer who has just enough skill to hurt you with his game. So him, in my book, equals winner. How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. He made it look easy that time.
Shoots the 3. Anderson's shot is off.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Carter, that's good.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Down low, here's Johnson. Good, and Hinrich gets the assist. Heinrich's got 3 assists tonight.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Pietrus dishes to Howard. It's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Rose with the ball. Williams picks him up. Rose passes to Noah. Anderson against Hinrich. Back to Noah. He feeds it to Hinrich. Rocket 2. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession. The Magic trail by 18. Williams kicks to Anderson. Back to Williams. Pass to Howard. Here's Carter. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Carter's got 12 now in this quarter. The Bulls leading by 16. Outside Rose. To the right side. No one near him. Murray, no good.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down. And that's how the coach will draw it up on the fast break, start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Rose with the ball. Williams picks him up. And it's Rose penetrating. Thomas, it's a wide open look. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And the Bulls lead by 16.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper. And injuries once again were a central theme of the Bulls season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Hinrich kicks to Rose. And there's the pass to Thomas. Excellent D there from Williams. The Magic have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. Feeds it to Petrus. Got a piece of it. Carter dishes it to Williams. To the middle. Rose kicks to Hinrich. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Hinrich's got 12 points in the game. Now here's Williams. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And Anderson has it in the corner. Anderson can't get that one to fall. And there's the call on Howard. That is his first foul of the game. And Orlando making a change here. Bass is checked in. Luol Deng is checked in for Chicago. Salmons comes in for Kirk Hinrich. They set the pick. It's Salmons on the wing. Defended by Carter. Salmons, no luck.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Here's Murray. And the jam by Tyrus Thomas.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
The feed now to Petrus to stop the drought. Second chance shot. No good from Howard.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
Carter with the block. Salmons passes to Murray. Thomas kicks to Deng. Looks for Thomas, gets it to him. Pass to Deng. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Carter pulls it in.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the first half. Here's Murray. He's guarded by Williams. Deng goes in. Goes back up. And it's sent back by Howard. Kicks it to Murray. Deng against Bass. They set the pick. Dishes it to Thomas. Here's Murray. A three-pointer off the mark.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
It's Williams with the drive. Down low. Bass. And that one is hammered home.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
The Bulls leading by 16. 23 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Salmons. And he caused body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. Bulls shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He's off on the first. That one misses.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And I'm looking for them to increase that lead if they can keep getting to the free throw line.
Williams kicks to Redick. And stolen by Murray. 1 second left. And through one half, it hasn't even been close.
Well, Jameer, what disappointed you about the way this team played in the first half, and what needs to change after the halftime?
I mean, we got to obviously keep them off the offensive boards. We're making a lot of mistakes, a lot of careless mistakes, things that we can change. But it's up to us to change them. Coach can't draw up something on that board that's going to change that. We have to come with effort, but we have to play smart. We can't go out there and lose our mind when we're trying to play hard.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Chicago holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They're leading by 16. Kenny, some perspective, please.
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Luol Deng really making a difference here.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the really greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
So the Bulls 5 right now. The big men are Gibson and Noah. Heinrich and Rose the guard. And it's Deng in at the 3 spot.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
Here's Rose. You know what? The Magic go the other way with it. Here's Redick. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep, well said.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Offensive rebound. Here's Noah. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Noah's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Williams kicks to Gortat. Lower down with both hands.
Letting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
Rose goes in. Here's Noah. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down. Noah's got 11.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Gortat with a screen on Rose. Williams kicks to Gortat. The kick out to Williams. Clock at 6. Gibson with the steal. Here's Rose. Looking to get it going. Another miss by Deng.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. Totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Now Rose. 8 points for him. It's stolen by Bass. And here's Redick. Nobody near Williams. No good off the front iron.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Gibson's got his 2nd bucket.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games. Reverse that one home. Now that was nice. Real nice.
The agility on display.
Yeah, you love that body.
How about the power and grace on that thing?
He was all alone on that. Reddick's got 5 points in the quarter.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Chicago calls timeout. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often. A winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. The strategy included running the offense through Noah. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
And thank you for that, Doris. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team and the way they approach the game.
Gibson a screen, Rose with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. And it's Dang in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Heinrich. It's hauled in by the Magic. Howard's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. He kicks to Carter. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
Well, you have to respect the way Vince Carter has just aged gracefully. He's a superstar in his day, Clark. You knew his game so well. Even in his late 30s, he's still getting it done.
Got a lot that he brings to the table still, Kevin. I mean, not just to score. He can pass, defend, rebound, and not to mention his veteran leadership and savvy.
Rose hits them both.
And also, guys, Vince Carter is tireless in what he calls his old man workouts. I mean, keeping his body healthy and up to the challenge of the long NBA season. Not to mention holding on to some of that bounce from his younger days. Every now and then he'll give us a little taste of Ben Simmons.
And there's the foul. It goes on top of Gibson. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And the Bulls making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Heinrich against Carter. Outside Lewis. Kept alive Orlando. Howard can't hit.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
And VC in the second year of a 3-year deal, you know, he struggled to make shots last season. We'll see if this proves to be a bounce-back season for him.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Heinrich against Carter. Heinrich kicks to Thomas. Noah the screen. Inside. Stolen by Lewis. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. And he lobs it up toward the rim. No good from Howard.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
Johnson with it. He's picked up by Heinrich. Johnson dishes to Howard. Howard setting the pick for Carter. Johnson outside. 4 on the shot clock. Cannot hit. Some solid defense from Rose. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. Heinrich's got 4 assists in the game.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Gortat with a screen on Rose. Johnson, the pass to Howard. Looking to get back on track here. Goes back up, and it's good on the way. Howard's got 9 points.
The defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
To the paint, here's Rose. Gortat with the block, and they'll keep possession. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
With their rebounding, they've given themselves a lot of second chances, and it's really helped them.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Brandon Bass is checked in for Orlando. She comes in for Johnson.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Here's Bass, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Tyrus Thomas picks one up.
And you know, for Brandon Bass, such a big asset to Boston last year, and they're pushed to make the playoffs, especially after the Celtics had traded away several key veterans. His toughness, his strong mid-range game, that all helped.
And going back to Brandon Bass, he was Boston's only enforcer down low once Sullinger went out with a broken foot. At that point, Greg, no one thought the Celtics would make the playoffs, but Bass helped push them in.
And last season, one of the most meaningful in Bass's career in terms of his contributions, really counting toward the bottom line. A lifetime role player, the outcomes of many games last year were swayed by how well he performed.
And Gortat kicks to Lewis. From the high post. Another shot. No good. And it's Chicago the other way. Here's Pargo. Salmons with it. Now guarded by Gortat. Salmons dishes to Miller. Here's Pargo. That's good. It's Miller with the assist. Pargo's got 4 this quarter.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Gortat against Miller. Gortat, the pass to Lewis. Nelson with it. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Stolen by Thomas. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Murray. Couldn't score after going the length of the floor. One-on-one here. Here's Carter. And for those younger folks who might not be familiar, go online and look at some old clips of Vince Carter. In his prime, Clark, one of the great dunkers the league has ever seen.
And for my money, the greatest game dunk in pro basketball history belongs to him. The Team USA back in 2000 jumped over a 7-2 center and punched it on it. Hard to top that.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Tyrus Thomas. Here's Pargo, and he gets it to go. Pargo's got 6 points.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Defensive rebound. Bass's shot. Good.
Really nice job with the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Here's Pargo. 6 points for him. Here's Salmons. Gortat with the rebound. Gortat's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Nelson kicks to Lewis. Pargo with the rebound.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Carter outside. Pass down low. Defended by Gibson. And Gibson sends it down. And there's the foul. It's on Brandon Bass. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The Bulls leading by 17. Salmon's on the wing. No luck. And it's the Magic taking it the other way.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Been a nice nice game for Howard. He's got 16 rebounds, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
No doubt about it. He's been a rim protector, and it's starting to get into the heads of their opponent.
Jason Williams. He's checked in for Jameer Nelson. The Orlando Magic didn't make the playoffs last year for the 3rd consecutive season, Greg. They knew it wasn't a realistic goal for them.
Yeah, and last season wasn't really about making the postseason, Kevin, for this group. Soon that will have to be the goal, as patience will wear thin within that fan base.
Just 5 to shoot. Murray dishes to Gibson. Here's Selmans. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Selmans got 5. The Magic trail by 18. 1:09 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Howard setting the pick for Williams. Inside and stolen by Murray. Miller outside. He dishes it to Murray. Rebounded by Howard.
Well, it's been a while for the Magic in regards to the postseason. Another year of missing postseason play. This latest playoff drought comes after they made 6 straight trips to the playoffs from 2007 to 2012.
They set the pick. The dish to Gibson. Here's Pargo. Excellent D there from Williams. Orlando's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. To the paint. Chicago grabs the miss.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one and threw him off just enough.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Passes it to Lewis. He feeds it to Barnes. 2 on the clock. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. The Bulls leading by 18. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So on the floor for Orlando, they've got Lewis. He's out there with Matt Barnes. Howard is out there with Williams. And it's Beatrice in at the shooting guard.
And guys, that kind of sums it up right there. I mean, one team getting after it, hustling the rebounds, the putbacks. The other team just a step slow.
And that is good.
That is his shot, guys. So you can't just give it to him. You've got to get up on him and get into his airspace there.
Pass to Dang. Top of the key. Orlando grabs the miss. Howard's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And it's Barnes snapping it down.
Good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
It's sent back by Howard. And good on the basket. Book it.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far. Maybe that'll ignite. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geeks.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team.
Williams passes to Howard. Feeds it to Petrus. Rose against Williams. And there's the pass to Howard. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Barnes kicks to Petrus. Score the basket. 6 for him this game. 67% shooting.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And Dang, here we go. Double team on Dang. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Dang.
And that's just carelessness have your head in the game.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Now here's Williams. Lewis a screen on Rose. Now Williams. 5 on the clock. Peaches. And it's Orlando with another.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Timeout, timeout.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
Rose against Williams. And here is Noah. The feed to Heinrich. Down low. It's tipped. It's stolen by Bass.
Look at the turnover situation, guys. It's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. This guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Orlando now. They're on a 13-4 run right now.
Come on, shoot!
Williams dishes to Bass. Carter outside. Bass with a screen for Carter. Pass to Bass. Georgetown wide open. He fires. A second chance effort. Bass can't get it to go.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Noah the screen. Rose gets to Selmans. And the Bulls with another miss.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with two. And they have gotten themselves back into this game just in the nick of time. If that run had come any later, it would have been Katie bar the door.
But, Greg, they can't relax yet. I mean, they've still got plenty of work to do here.
That's good.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
The Magic trail by 11. Georgetown with a screen on Rose. Williams attacking. He got right to the cup using that screen. 8 points for Marcin Gortat.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Banked in off the glass. And the Bulls lead by 11.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Carter, the pass to Williams. Looking for Gortat. He gets it there. No good. Nice D from Dang. The Bulls leading by 9. Kicks it to Selmans. Taken away by Williams. And now Orlando on the break. Williams is running. Barnes can't get it to go. The Bulls have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Gortat with the block. Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Dang attacking. And that one comes up a bit short.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Salmons against Williams. Courts out with a screen on Heinrich. Corner kicks to Williams. Dishes to Bass. 4 on the clock. And it's Gortat finishing it off.
I'll tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Offensive rebound. Noah, the layup off target. The Magic trail by 5. Barnes with it. He's picked up by Dang. Carter dishes it to Williams. Out with the screen for Williams. It's stolen by Rose. Here's Heinrich. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run a season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, 2-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Howard's checked in for the Magic. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. Noah kicks to Gibson. Noah the screen. Gibson passes to Heinrich to the paint. Here's Noah. And it's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot.
What a performance from Joakim Noah here. He's got 18 rebounds and a couple of nice steals, too.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there.
Well, the numbers paint the picture. What we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys. That sheet stuffer Supreme.
Oh, Supreme. So that takes it to a whole another level when you get Supreme in terms of your stats.
In Kellogg's, right? In Kellogg's. The Bulls leading by 6. Rose with the ball. To the middle. Here's Dang. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
Talking about Luol Deng, his consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And here's a guy who can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable.
From the arc. And it's Dang again missing.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down.
And the dunk by Barnes.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
On the wing, Dang. Back to Rose. Right wing. Shot clock at 5. Trying his luck deep. Dwight Howard pulls it in.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been off ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor. Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Here's Heinrich. Rose sets the screen for Heinrich, and Vince Carter picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Poked loose and stolen by Barnes.
They still lead. They've got to do a much better job taking care of the ball.
And guys, points off turnovers becoming more and more of a factor here. Part of the reason why that lead is evaporating. It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Rose kicks to Heinrich. Look from Dang. And a great assist by Heinrich as that one goes in. 24 points for Luol Deng. The Magic trail by 5. Rose kicks to Williams. Looking to get it going. And it's Howard finishing it off.
How about that fantastic finish? An aggressive move.
Trying to send a message tonight with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. And you know what? They just are in a funk right now offensively. A good time to maybe come up with a play to get them a good look.
Well, most coaches, usually have a go-to speech or tactic that they can use when they need it most. So we'll see if that's the case here.
The Magic making a switch here. Petrus is checked in. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Dang attacking. Unloads from 13. No good. So Orlando will take it the other way. Here's Petrus. Chicago grabs the miss. Heinrich's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Noah. Rebound by Williams. Orlando trailing here. And Petrus kicks the ball. It's good again. And he's on 7 shooting night so far.
Giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little difficult to get to the rim, no matter who was standing in the way on that one.
Here's Dang. Outside Rose. Back to Dang. Here's Noah. He kicks it to Dang. Goes up with the stripe. Here's Gibson. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back.
And Gio, in a close game like this, where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward.
Here's Dang. Money!
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Beatrice against Rose. The 3. Buries it. And he has put them within 2 points.
That's the shot of the game.
Well, he was fearless enough to get it up and down, and it paid off for him.
Here's Petrus. Yes!
Finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the fourth quarter. What a comeback and what a finish we have in store.
And their greatest enemy during that comeback was the clock. They can finally stop worrying about time and start thinking about how to win this thing.
Now here's Rose. He dishes it to Dang. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. And we'll return shortly. Well, if you love great competition and neck-to-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1. Getting going right now. And it's Chicago to start out, and no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup, of course, now in overtime. So on the floor for Orlando, we've got Williams. Howard is out there with Gortat, and there's Clark. And it's Beatrice in at the 3. That's good from Gibson. And both free throws good from Gibson. Orlando's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not at all. Gortat kicks to Carter. Howard with a screen on Heinrich. Carter drives in. The dish to Howard. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Here's Petrus. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. Chicago leading. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off.
The Magic shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Screen by Howard. Passes it to Petrus. Gibson against Howard. Leaps for it, and that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Noah. So it's Orlando now, and it's Carter penetrating. That's good. Carter's got the game tied up here for Orlando.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And Noah with the slam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Williams kicks to Gortat. Takes it up with both hands and trips it down.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
On the basket by Rose.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Dang kicks to Heinrich. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not so unlucky 13 shots.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Now Williams. He feeds it to Gortat. Right wing. Carter dishes to Howard. You know what? Great D that time from Gibson. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Dang. Good work defensively by Carter. The Magic trail by 4. Out to the right wing. Here's Petrus, and it's Gortat finishing it off.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Heinrich passes to Rose. Pass to Noah. Shot clock at 6. Dang attacking. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. Plays just like that.
Well, they almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
I tell you what, a great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
And slammed in by Howard.
One little pump fake, and he had all the time he needed to go hard to the right.
That's one of the most reliable moves you can make. So pretty when it works.
Show him the ball and then take it to the hoop.
Just under 3.5 minutes played in the extra period here. Double team on Dang. Back to Heinrich. Noah the screen. Dang attacking. And it comes off the front of the rim. Chicago. Their biggest lead of the game is 21. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Right side bang. Lets it go from 14. That one wide left. Now a timeout called by Orlando. They trail by 1. 6 seconds left in overtime. Words out with a screen on deck. Williams attacking.
That was where Top usually scores at that time. What a nice screen.
Chicago calls timeout. They're down by 1. 1 second left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Here's what you take.
They can grab the win here if they knock down the shot. Under 2 seconds remaining, that's enough time to get maybe one dribble and then get it up in the air. It's obviously a make-or-break situation.
And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. And to scrape and claw to push it to...
Gentlemen, standing here with Jameer Nelson. And what were the elements, Jameer, that helped contribute to this win?
Collective effort. I mean, we did things together defensively first and foremost, and offensively, you know, we have enough guys to score the ball, and guys are playing together and, you know, trusting one another, and that's a big thing for us going forward.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwight Howard. He put up a new season high tonight. And if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
Well, when Dwight uses his physical presence and athleticism.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show.